Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the Morning. 50 minutes to change your life. Kuntres Heichaltzu. Tracking our way through this in Parak Yud. Yeah, so yesterday we were discussing that really the way it should be is we should be able to speak to people and have friends that we can open up with, and it helps on so many levels, having good friendship to both with our learning, because we can discuss with someone learning, and also with our avodah, with working on ourselves, because first of all, talking to your friend helps. And once you speak about it, it already reveals it, and also it diminishes your want for it. Second of all, they can help you and they can give you ideas of how to work on yourself and how to change the reality that you're living. Yeah, that's essentially what we're up to. And also, as much as it's hard to speak up about an issue, just talk to someone and be vulnerable, but it is hard, but in the end it feels bad, I said. And as we see, from experience, that way it is. So page 79, we'll go from the middle. Just a little bit like in the top. So all that will work, and we'll have that will push ourselves, and we'll be able to achieve all those achievements is when it comes through bittul. And you can come together and you can unite yourself with someone else. But when you're a yesh, meaning you feel yourself very separated from that other person, so therefore you can't reveal your issues, because how am I going to reveal my issue to this person? Either or you think that person is very lowly, so I'm going to explain to him that person. What does that person know? How am I going to reveal what my issues are to that low person, and how's it going to help me? That person, he doesn't, like him, it's going to help me. But the truth is, the main thing is, you just can't get connected with that person. Why? Because whether it's learning Torah, that you hold yourself and your understanding, the way that it's understood, that the way I understand it is 100% true, and the other person, it's not necessarily true. Top of page 80. And the other person's opinion, you don't pay attention to. You don't consider it, because it's coming out different than me. And you're not being honest. You're not giving it the time of day. For us, so what happens when you do it that way? Adrabah, on the contrary, then even when you speak about things that you do agree on, the way the whole discussion is separated. Or you talk about more specifically. He's saying, he's saying you talk about an idea, you can't come together on it, even though you might be technically able to, but your whole way that you do things is I'm against this person. Anything the person's not argue, and sometimes we do this. We become argumentative with the person, and it's not because of their opinion that we disagree with, but it's because of them that we disagree with. So then everything they say we disagree with, and that's all the problem. And that's so if that happens, then when you learn, you're not able, you don't sharpen yourself, because the way to sharpen yourself and to get wiser and to understand the ideas better is by discussing with someone and hashing it out and looking for the truth. But when you come and you're trying to say that person is wrong, so anything the person is going to say, it's not going to work. And it's not going to make you wiser or smarter that way. Yeah. And because of this, afterwards, because we disagree on this point, the whole person is thrown out the door. I can't discuss anything with you. I can't be friends with you. We have nothing to talk, nothing in common. And unfortunately, this is sort of what's happening now in the political circles. and people can't speak to each other, and then people losing friendships and stuff, and people can't get married and stuff, and all these different things because of political opinions. And that's not how it's meant to be. Your political opinion is not meant to stop you from having friends. It's meant to be a different opinion. The most important thing is to have unity amongst people. Unity doesn't mean we all have the same opinion. We can disagree, but if we're coming from the same place, we want to make the world a better place. We want to connect to God, and God has a mission for all of us. And I might feel my mission is being, on the left, and I might feel my mission being on the, and someone else might feel the mission being on the right. That's fine. I've seen in the past, it's interesting. There's a speaker. Well, we'll finish it up and we'll have this little story. You can't connect with the person. You can't come together with the person. You know what that person said? It's to use a bad example, or like a true unfortunate example. My sister-in-law showed me that one of her friends from college was a birthday, and everyone was wishing happy birthday. This was 2020, and so she wrote, "Thank you for the birthday wishes." And she wrote like this. She goes, "Anyone that is a Trump supporter, please be unfriend me. I can't speak to you. I don't want to speak to you ever again." And so she was like, "Why?" So the whole thing is crazy. But this is what we're saying. Because you have an opinion that's different than mine, so you're going to say it's just an opinion difference. No, you're saying you're essentially saying you don't like me. That's what we're saying here. We don't have the unity. You don't like me, and the excuse coming afterwards, you have all these issues. But you're missing the point. The point is we're saying here that person could make you wiser. And think about it in a simple sense. If you have an opinion, why in this case, we can give an example, in this case, Trump is not good, and why Biden is good. So let's discuss it. Not argue it, let's discuss it. Why do you think Trump is good? And why do you think Trump is not good? Why do you think Biden is good? Why do you think he's not good? That's a healthy, normal, good way of communicating, which will continue the friendship and make people wiser and smarter. But when you come and we don't discuss anything with each other, you don't become smarter. You just have your opinion, and you're stuck with your opinion. And your opinion could be a very, very foolish opinion, but you never had to earn up to that opinion. You have to talk to someone about it. You speak around. And this is sort of a big issue nowadays, that people hang around people of the same political opinion. They can say whatever they want because everyone agrees. And so, and even though it might not make sense, but there's no one to come and call them out on it. Whereas when you have a discussion, not coming to argue, but coming to sharpen ourselves and to understand things better, and to speak up about it. When you speak this way, so you can understand something, and you keep your friendship. Yeah, Kitzer. Sinas chinam, baseless hatred, like we talked about in the beginning, when someone serves Hashem, that when they have baseless hatred, they can't even discuss learning properly. The purpose of learning is meant to sharpen your mind. Like you said, and like metal to metal sharpens. So to a person, discuss something, you can sharpen yourself. Sharpen in you understand your idea better and things like this. But sinas chinam stops that from happening. Then we talked about the advantage of connecting with friends and being able to talk to them about the issues you have, and having good friendship. It's gold. It's worth its weight in gold. It's priceless. And you can discuss your issues, and they can help you because they care about you. And you can discuss, but you have to have bittul for this, for you, and for, I think, also for you, but also for them. And also when we discuss talking about, like, connecting with your friends in regards to learning and discussing what you learn to sharpen your mind, and also when you learn, I know for myself, learning by myself is so much more difficult to understand and to grasp what I learned versus learning with a chavrasa. A chavrasa, you understand infinitely better. That's what he's saying. But you're going to say, I'm not alone with that guy or that person. I go, she does, and now she dresses, and separate yourself. It's never going to work. And beyond that, but it doesn't come to Aveda about what the issues are in your life that maybe you're not behaving the way you should be, or things are going hard. And the key to the success is being able to talk to someone. I spoke to a friend of mine yesterday, actually, and he moved out of Crown Heights. And one of the things he was saying to me is that he misses the Ferengans that we had, like in Shul, because our Ferengans were very much like, we talk what's on your mind, and this type of idea, and he liked it, appreciated it, and that's one of the main things that I find that is good about the Shul, and he got it, and he was getting it, and so now he moved, he's not getting it, and he said, I'm trying to work to make it happen now. That's what it is, and it's beautiful. I'll read some of the notes he puts in here. Among the benefits produced by communication with other person helps recognize faults that he himself will not see. Yeah, it's also when you talk about something and you speak to them, people can show you things you didn't even realize. And second of all, when one's faults are discussed with others, the feeling of remorse are more poignant. Like we said before, having remorse, the true vidui is confessing what you've done wrong. And the best way to do it is with someone else, because when you do that, you'll feel really bad about what you've done, and it'll really help you stop and change your ways. And C, the other can provide advice and encouragement to correct these faults, and someone else can help you, for what it's called, someone that can hold you up on it. For still am I in the word. And then we discussed the reason for the separation in regards to learning Torah, because you think you're higher than that person, and that person, I'm going to tell them my ideas, what I learned, and the whole thing, it breaks down communication. Perek Yud Aleph. And behold, just like we said before, that in regards to Avodah and trying to work on ourselves, people can't come together because of this Yeshus issue. He's saying the reason is because you look at the other person's Avodah, you don't give it value. It's like the person that comes and at the bringing appointment, like I talked about, that he said, I'm going to make sure to have mincha. So then they think to themselves, this guy that he's struggling to have mincha, I'm going to speak to him about my issues. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so we look at that person and say, this guy is not working himself. Who is he? Look at him. He's not. And it says over here, I translate the insecurities of their yeshus, the insecurities of my yeshus prevents them from valuing the divine service on another person. Because of my lack of yeshus, I look down on another person. Because of my yeshus issues, I look down on that person. I don't consider what he's doing in the avodah is on an avodah. He doesn't work himself, even though he could be. You put down other person's avodah, and you put down his good. Like I talked before, the difference between your friend and the person you don't like is what you focus on. So the person, you put down his avodah. He could be working very hard, and could have been putting a lot of effort, a lot more than what you've done. But because it's on a lower level than what you think, so then you put it down. Anything that is wrong, you find, even if it's not even it's very superficial. It's not a real big issue. Which is not even related to his essence, essential avodah. So you'll bring it up and you'll put him down, and you'll focus on these things that are really insignificant. It's really not an issue. It's the person, and you hate to say everything that bothers you. And for sure, when you find something actually not good, some attribute, some character flaw, for sure you're going to happen that. Because really, everyone has problems. No one's perfect. Like it says, there's no tzaddik, no righteous person that doesn't fall in sin. So for sure, everyone can find an issue. So you're going to stop all the good parts of the person. Shahu kind of efes mamish. Yafsik bishvil zeh kol hachelek hatov sheloi. Shahu kind of efes mamish. And you're gonna take all the good and just put it away and say it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant the good that they're doing, because look at this. You see that person's really not good. And you put down all the good things you don't even take consideration. And you'll raise up the wrong of the person and the negative character traits. God forbid, it's as if he doesn't have anything good in that person. What good does he have? He could have plenty of good things, this person. But I'm not focusing on it. I'm focusing on the negatives. And see, this person is nothing. Not good. You see what they do? They don't daven mincha. They don't watch Nogavasa. He dresses not seriously. Her, I'm going to speak to her. I'm going to listen to her. She does something good. How can I look at her? And you put everything down. But the truth is, it's not this way. You're looking at it wrong. All the good they do is good. They could be davening very well. So you see a girl that davens very well, but she's not sneers. So what do you focus on? She's davening very well. That's what you have to focus on. You have to realize it's good. Yeah, so she has the struggles, but she's davening well. This is what we're meant to be doing. And this is what this person is doing. They're davening very nicely. They're giving tzedakah very nicely. They're doing good things. And this, that they have some issues, they haven't fixed themselves. What do you want from the person? No, we're not perfect. Why are we judging someone to be perfect? So they have problems. Everyone has problems. Why are we focusing on the problems? This is a beautiful verse. A person is born like a wild donkey, a young wild donkey. We're born untamed. The mischilas leidasai, from the moment we're born, einu misukan. When we're born, we're not fixed, not born complete. We're born, we need to be worked on. And this is the whole work. This is what we're here for. To work on ourselves. So when you come and see a person that's not perfect, that's not doing everything right, what do you want from the person? This is nature. This is how it's meant to be. We say in davening, the days of their life is 70 years. So how do we? So he teaches that he translates it, and we'll stop here because it's getting late. Behem oishes behema. So shnoish may bahem. So he says behem comes from the word behema. So we for 70 years are working on our animal. A person's given 70 years to work on himself. That's what the pasuk is saying, that 70 years, it takes 70 years worth of work to fix ourselves. We have 7 middays. Every midday takes 10 years. It takes 10 years to work on every midday. So when we come to 70, we worked hard our whole life. We could be a mensch. So if the person's not a mensch, what do you want? This is what it is. We have to continue, and this is good. We have to stop here. We'll continue on Monday. Everyone should have an amazing Shabbos. Thank you for joining. And be nice to others.